From our state capitol newsroom, Tennessee lawmakers could drain protections for certain wetlands in favor of developers. Our state capitol reporter Tori Gessner explains why some groups worry the measure could cause a chain reaction of problems, including flooding and a worsening water supply.
They're called nature's kidneys for a reason.
They filter out pollution and contaminants from our drinking water systems. They also recharge our drinking water systems through recharging rivers and aquifers. And they help with flooding.
They're wetlands. Tennessee has an estimated 430,000 acres worth of them that aren't connected on the surface, called isolated wetlands. Among the most protected in the country, their future could be in murky water, thanks to a bill that would scale back regulations in favor of developers.
What this bill does is try to take the private property right, kind of take the thumb off and move it fractionally back in favor of the property owner.
Under current Tennessee law, developers have to get state approval and pay mitigation fees before building on isolated wetlands. This bill would lift those regulations, which the sponsors, one of them a developer himself, say are excessive burdens. The changes would also put Tennessee's rules more in line with neighboring states.
If you look at those other states, they have not had floods. They have not had the plague of frogs and lice and everything else that came with Egypt when they were holding the Israelites.
But Grace Stranch, CEO of Harpeth Conservancy, says it's still too early to tell. States only started scaling back protections on isolated wetlands in 2023 after a Supreme Court ruling limited federal protections.
What you're seeing in a lot of states is as you have more flooding and problems, they're going to have to artificially make these wetlands, or they're going to have to make up for them, and that's going to cost the taxpayers a lot of money.
Despite concerns, the bill passed the Senate 26-6, the House version inching closer to a final vote. Stranch warning that wading into weaker protections now could leave Tennessee underwater later on.
When you get rid of them, you're going to wish that you had them.
Reporting in Nashville, I'm Tori Gessner.
The House version of the bill was put behind the budget, which could slow down efforts in getting it passed.